Team Fullest, this is again Amy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Cook Up My Canal. So today we're going to cook some vegetable soup. I'm going to be using spinach. This is a very simple dish, very easy to cook. So let's jump into the tutorial. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to warm up the palm oil because we are in the winter season right now, so the palm oil is a little bit hard. It's not melty. In the summer it melts, so it's easy for you to use it to cook, but in the winter everything gets hard. It gets really hard, so you have to warm it up. Make sure you have your windows open, because if not, that the fire alarm will go out. Fire alarm will go out. So I normally open the windows because of the burning of the palm oil. But you're going to put enough palm oil that you think you need. I don't really measure the stuff I use when I'm cooking. I just eye them. I've been doing this for a long time now, so I just know exactly how much I need. So I'm just gonna try to break the palm oil into pieces so that it melts easily. And I'm gonna allow the palm oil to burn for like few minutes. I don't want it to like super burn, but I just want it to burn for few minutes, so that I can add the rest of the ingredients. So because of the palm oil is hard, so I don't really know how much I need, but when it's melted, I look at the pan, I know exactly how much I need. So if I need more, I'm just gonna add a little bit more, because when you fry the onions, the paprika with the palm oil, it do kind of suck also the palm oil, so you need to add a little bit more so that you can able to fry the ingredients very nice. So now that the palm oil is melting, I'm going to allow it to burn for a few minutes, not too much. As you guys can see the smoke that is coming out. Make sure you open your windows or your door. So now I'm going to add the ingredient. This is very simple dish. It's very easy to cook. I'm going to add the onions, the pepper, everything. I'm just going to add the ingredients and allow everything to fry for a few minutes. So now this is onions leaf. It's onion leaf. I really like using it sometimes, though I don't use it all the time, but sometimes I do like using it. I'm also going to add that one, mix it together. I kind of dull the gas a little bit because I don't want the ingredients to overcooked. I don't want everything to overcook. So mix that one and then kind of allow it to steam for few minutes, just few minutes. So after few minutes that one is steaming, now you're going to just mix the onions to see how it is looking. Just fry a little bit, and now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add the pepper and allow also that one to fry, and the onions, and then add a little bit of the hot pepper. The hot pepper in Holland, we call it Madame Chinette. If you live in Holland, the Madame Chinette pepper is very hot. So you don't want to add everything at once, because then you're going to have your mouth burn when it's time to eat the food. Reason why I love vegetable soup, you can eat it with different dish. You can eat it with fufu, you can eat it with rice, you can eat it with boiled plantain, you can eat it with boiled yam, boiled cassava. So there are different varieties, there are different stuff that you can eat vegetable soup with, and it's very easy to cook. Just make sure you don't overcook your vegetables, because you don't want to kill all the vitamins out of them. So you don't want to overcook them. That's the reason why I like to add stuff and then allow it for a few minutes and then add the other, so that everything cooks but it's not like overcooked. So now I'm just going to add seasoning. I don't really like to use salt cooking. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just because those seasoning Maggi that I'm using, some of them are very salty. Some of them have a lot of salt in them. So you don't want to add salt and then add those Maggis. So I'll first add the Maggis, and if I need more, I will just add. Now I'm going to add the meats. These are some cow foods, some meat, some crab, just adding few ingredients. The meat is not too much because I just want to cook something small, and then put it in the freezer, so that when time to eat, I have other dishes to eat. Because now I only have okra soup, I have okra, I have granite soup, I have sour soup. If you're Sierra Leone, you know what sour is. And now I have beans, and I also making vegetable soup. So I have like different things to choose from. So I'm just going to mix everything, just make sure everything is mixed, it's looking nice. So everything is already cooked. So now I'm going to add the spinach. As you guys see, I don't add water because the spinach on its own is a lot of water. You will see when the spinach cooks, you will see the water in it. So that's the reason why I don't really like to add water when I'm cooking spinach, because if not that, you're going to allow the spinach to boil and boil and boil. You're going to overcook everything. And so don't add water, just add your normal ingredient and the spinach will make water for itself. So now that I've put the spinach into the pan, make sure I get all the spinach. As you guys can see, the reason why I put the spinach in that shifter kind of container is because when you wash the spinach, it do has water, so you're going to allow the water to drain. Now I'm going to put this thing on top, so it's kind of protect the soup not from burning, and then allow it to steam. So now, as you guys can see, the spinach is cooking. As you guys can see, the spinach has made water. It turned into water because spinach is just water soup. Turn into water. So that's the reason why you don't need to add water. So now I'm just going to mix everything. Make sure I mix everything very good. And then after I'm done mixing it, I'm going to taste. If I need to add more seasoning, I need to add more pepper, more salt, anything like that. So that's why I'm tasting it. And if I feel like I need to add more, then I will go and add the rest of the seasoning. This is the reason why I don't like to add all the seasoning, because you don't want to add all of them and then later you realize that there's too much salt or too much pepper in it. I do not really eat a lot of salt. Sometimes when I cook, when people come to eat, they'll be like, oh, give me extra salt. I'm not really fond of a lot of salt in the food. So I like to just make sure I taste the food. It tastes good. Finish. I don't need to eat a bucket or cup of salt in my food. I just don't like it. So now I'm going to add the dry fish. After adding the season, I'm also going to add the rest of the pepper. Just add everything and then mix it once and then allow it to steam. So the pepper is not that hot, so I'm just going to add the rest. I'm going to add the rest so that everything can cook. Allow it to steam for a few more minutes and voila, your food will be ready for you to eat. But I'm not going to eat this dish today. This is not something that I'm going to eat today. It's just something I wanted to cook because I made something and I had the small meat remain. So I thought, you know what, let me just make something small with the meats. And that's the reason why I decided to make the vegetable soup, which I really, really, really like. And I love the dry fish. Although that dry fish saved me a lot. Like when you dry your own fish, you have stuff like that. It's just had different flavor into the food instead of buying dry fish at the markets. So I'm really, really happy that I know how to make that dry fish. So now you're going to allow it to steam for few minutes. Yes, so now that you guys can see, the spinach has made water, but now the food is ready. It's actually ready. You can leave it to steam more for the water to get dry, but the water is not like water that you added. It's just water from the sauce, from the vegetables, from the spinach, from everything. So the food is ready. Everything is cooked. Everything was already cooked. So you don't need to be overcooked it. So now the food is ready. You can dish your food if you want to. I'm just going to leave it to cool down for few minutes because it'll be hot, and then I'm going to transfer everything into the container, allow the container to cool, and then put everything into the freezer. So for the days that I don't feel like cooking, your girl can just take something out of the fridge and eat. So now I'm just going to dish. I do have these containers in the house a lot. If you live in Holland, you can pick this up from the Vibra, from the Zeeman, and the Vibra do have containers like this. And one container is actually enough for me and my household if I'm not having any unexpected visitors, which is Corona season. It's lockdown. Nobody's coming to visit me. So one container is enough for me and my family, for me and my household. So that's good. So now I'm just going to dish the food and then allow the the food to cool down, and then yeah, voila, there you have your vegetable soup. So now that we are in lockdown, it's good to have different soup in the freezer, so you don't need to be cooking every time. You can have time to study the kids, because now we're going to be doing homeschooling. So yeah, won't have to make time to homeschool the kids. It's not an easy job. So if I can get if I can cook and have those food in the freezer, and that will give me extra time to spend with the kids, I would definitely appreciate that. So guys, this is the finished results, and I hope you all like this video. If you guys like my vegetable soup, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment box what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Team Fullest, peace out. Bye.